As with many types of religions, there's multiple sects. If you're Baptist, you know that your church might be the one with the guy that's up front singing and dancing and bringing the whole congregation together. Or your guy is the one holding up rattlesnakes saying, I'm not going to get bitten because Jesus will protect me. Those are two Baptist extremes within the Christian religion. There's over 20 different sects of the Christian religion. That's not counting Scientology, Mormons, or Jehovah's Witnesses. That's just basic Christian sects. Lutherans, Protestants, Baptists, Muslims have over 12 different sects. They all read off the same book. Today, we're looking at the LDS Church, Mormons in general, because the Mormons have been getting steamrolled for many, many years. Why? Because they're Christian, but they took it to another level. Now, people will complain about the Mormons saying that it's false because how can an angel come down and give books for somebody to translate? Well, it happened during Jesus' time. It happened before Jesus' time. Why would the 1800s be any different? Who's to say that they haven't done it recently? But it's been said, it's been documented, and that's where they get their information from. The Book of Mormon is accounts of what happened on the American continent during the times when Jesus and them were all over doing things in the Middle East. Book of Mormon tells tales of Mayans, Incans, Aztec, Olmec civilizations, what happened, what they did, what their belief systems were. It also gets into God actually being an alien. The Mormons are the only Christian religion that openly states God is an alien. This is where his planet is. This is how we talk to him. And this is how things work. No other Christian sect does that. They use fear tactics. Mormons are strict on a lot of different aspects. The real Mormon housewives kind of tick the box on the extremism of the beliefs of the Mormon religion. Now, there is 3 different inner working sects of the LDS religion. You have the RLDS, which puts the leadership of the church in a lineage of family to family to family as it drops down. So the leadership of the church stays within the original family, kind of like kingdoms did. That's not how the Mormon church works. The Mormon church has God-appointed leaders. They pray. They are told who the next leader is. That is how the real Mormon church works. And then you have the fundamentalist Mormons, or the fundamentalist LDS, who try to hold tight to the original teachings and the original ways of the Mormon church, including polygamy. Now, the standard LDS church goes by the rule of the land. If something's illegal, then it's illegal in the church. Pretty simple. Fundamentalist LDS fight that, and they use religion as a crutch to break laws. Plain and simple, it's the basic teachings that the LDS church has because they run pretty much out of the same books, but it's a twisted interpretation, just like the snake handlers. Real Mormon housewives, fundamentalist Mormons, it's all about drama and money. Drama brings money. It also brings focus on topics and areas. Unfortunately, this brings focus to a church claiming that it's one thing when it's really not. Now, do people in the LDS church act like this? Well, possibly. They're human. We're not looking at how the people in the church act, because then you can really get all the different sects together and look at how all of the different ones act and see a lot of it's just a show. You get these evangelists that have people falling to the ground when they're touched by the person. That's a show. People claiming to be healed. People claiming that this has been saved and that is not reality. You work for what you get. Pretty basic. I've had people in the comments section say absolutely mind-boggling things, like the Mormons don't like black people. They don't have black missionaries. I knew black missionaries. I have dealt with the Mormon church. It's a very diverse atmosphere. There is no one race that is better than the other. Mormons are a brother and sister religion. Everybody is on an equal playing field. Even the bishop of the church is on the same level as the patrons in the church. He is held to the same standards as everybody else. It's pretty simple. The whole thing about caffeine, tobacco, alcohol, they're bad for you. It's pretty simple. Your body is a temple, quote unquote. So therefore, anything that pollutes the temple is bad. It's kind of simple to understand. Do we have to follow it? Well, everybody's got their own decisions and their choices to make.
My life, my rules, my style, my attitude.
So you can make your own choices depending upon what you think the consequences are. That's all up to you. And that is where people versus teachings really needs to have a hard line drawn in the sand. Because what is said in the book is not always how people interpret the book and happening. The Mesopotamians and the Egyptians at the beginning of the most recent reset flat out said people came down from the skies, just like written in the Book of Mormon. People came down from the skies. They gave us technology. They gave us science. They gave us math. They gave us all of the technology that we have now. We thank the Mesopotamians for laws, math, science, all kinds of other stuff. Why can't we acknowledge the fact that there's multiple deities that started this whole thing?
I'm pretty sure what's killing the crops is this Brondo stuff.
The Brondo's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes.
You want us to put water on the crops?
Yes.
Water? Like out the toilet?
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
The plants aren't growing, so I'm pretty sure that the Brondo's not working. If you put water on plants, they grow.
Well, I've never seen no plants grow out of no toilet.
King James and the Bible, the Jews, the Muslims, and the Christians have all turned around and smushed it down to a monotheistic belief, very simplified for the masses to understand, with an extreme fear-mongering behind it.
You're gonna burn in hell.
Even the Mormon religion has fear-mongering, although they also have a lot more honesty in saying that there's three heavens. Depending upon how good you are, you can go to one of three of them. Hell doesn't really exist, and you can sit in limbo or on earth. There's multiple different ways of doing things. When you die, people say that, the Mormons say that the families will be together. Well, what religion doesn't say you're going to see your loved ones when you die? Which one? Oh, wait. Most religions, when you die, you get to see your friends and family again, as long as you were as good as they were, or as bad as they were. It all really depends on your personality. But it's that basic. Know more about something before you form opinions about it. Learn as much as you can. If something sounds weird, it might actually be weird. Christian and monotheistic religions are super problematic. But focusing on the Mormons when their beliefs go beyond what basic Christian beliefs is problematic in its own, because you're not open-minded enough to see that there could be something past what basic religion has told you. We're going to be looking into a lot more of this stuff as the channel grows and as the channel goes on. I've got a lot of topics that I'm very passionate about, and I've got to get initial rants out the way before I can really streamline and focus on certain topics. We're looking at aliens, religion, history, and magic. Alien and religion go together. Aliens and magic go together. Religion and magic, on the other hand, they're two separate things that work together. and we're going to be looking into that. I thank all of you for tuning in. Don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe for more notifications so you know when something's coming up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.